One day during the summer of 2019, you decide to open the front page in hopes of finding a decent but always mediocre game that is meant for the mainstream Roblox audience. Then you see a certain game, one that stands out from the others, one with a Roblox event icon on the thumbnail, so you know it's being sponsored by Roblox. It's going to be the best game you ever played in a while. The thumbnails. Dear God, the graphic thumbnails that don't represent the actual gameplay, but show us how good you can render Roblox rigs. This is Tower Defense Simulator. I'm in. You load up Roblox and join the game for the first time, and there you are, in the lobby, where half of the server is either AFK, a quarter of everyone are scam bots that are slowly getting smarter by the second, and the rest of everyone who's actually there to play is flooding the event elevator to fail the event for the 500th time. This game is already looking pretty good. Instead of rushing to the event elevator at level 0, let's try to learn how the game works and play one of these maps. Surely nothing can go wrong. Aside from the constant flaming of your teammates complaining how your only unit is a scout and how you place it outside the map boundaries, look at their units. Look at their placements. What their units target. Do they target the strongest bosses, or do they target the closest enemy? Do this a few more times and you'll learn the basics and mechanics of this game in no time. Congratulations! You beat the first phase of your adventure here. You played enough games to earn experience and money to buy your first unit. Everything in the shop here is pretty straightforward. You can see the appearance of the unit, its stats, see if it does AoE damage, what type of unit is it. If you like what you see, you're allowed to buy it. The same thing can go with emotes. However, some cost Robux instead of in-game currency to, capitalize on the memes that will fade into oblivion in just a few months. Let's buy your new unit, shall we? No, not that one. Nope, not that one either. Let me give you a little pro advice. Buy the demo man when you can. I guarantee you it's the most useful low-level tower you can get. Even higher levels will still use it, so you're not going to attract any anger from them either. Now that you bought your new set of units that are going to help you defeat the zombie onslaught, let's join a lift with a few teammates, if not friends, to finally win. Despite all the hardships that it took to get here, you finally did it. The final wave. The boss that is immune to damage from all the units that got you through this stage. You need to defeat it to triumph. Your first real victory, a near hour of trying to defend yourself, and you repel the zombie forces. Congratulations! Now you have to do that on every single map, in 4 different difficulties. This also means you need to beat more difficult maps, one with 2 lanes instead of 1. You'll need to have to defend against zombies spawning twice. Very powerful bosses are an exception, however, as they only spawn once. To make it even more difficult, your vehicles and crooks can only go 1 lane, not randomized into one or the other, they go into a fixed lane. Aside from what I just said earlier, you must feel really confident in your first real win. You think you could take on anything, take on the world, take on other players in new versus mode, maybe even do the alien or gladiator event. Let's try it, shall we? Your first event completed. Congratulations! Here is your new unit. Note that despite he has features to gear and even a suit, he cannot detect zombies with camouflage. This game is pretty good. Why not try to win every map and get every unit? Still playing this game? Good. You've now earned every unit and every emote you can possibly earn in here. All that's left now is to get all the medals for every map, and even finding the hidden badge. You may be asking yourself, what's the purpose of playing this game past level 30? Well, here's my response. Let's try to enter an elevator. Let's see here. Wait a minute. Tower Defense Simulator, a game by Paradoxum Games. You like the tower defense genre? Like defending yourself against a growing horde of undead? Want to upgrade your weak units into a powerhouse that can shred through bosses? Like buying reinforcements with special abilities that will hurt the growing number of enemies even harder? This game is for you. With the game still being in beta and already having 2 events, I'd say this is worth playing and putting the time into. Aside from no tutorial, I'd say the game is beginner friendly. There's Twitter codes given out by the creator below natural or through others that can give you XP, cash, or even custom units to aid you in battle. The game is updated daily, bringing in more maps, units, and making the overall player experience better. Even though the pros outweigh the cons, there are certain problems that still linger in the game. For starters, there's no tutorial for new players that just started playing the game. They're thrown into the fray with 3 other people that most likely just want to play insane difficulty, only to be able to place down 15 scouts and never be able to be useful with only 1 unit, as scouts are considered to be a waste of space. If you ever disconnect from your internet going out for a split second, or Roblox disconnecting you for no reason at all, there's no way to rejoin the game that you dedicated 30 minutes to. You get no rewards for participating in the game even if they win later on. I wish for a feature that allows you to rejoin the server if you ever happen to disconnect. You come back with your towers untouched and with the money you left off with. This should be a feature that needs to be priority. I've gotten frustrated when I see myself or others disconnect and not be able to rejoin, only to see us either fail or we just waste an hour of our time with no rewards. Another issue is in the versus mode. The PvP alternative in this game has some problems when you get in. You finished the wave early? Good job! Here's the wave bonus that you'll get when the enemy team finishes their side. The benefit is getting the bonus cash at the end and having time to set up your towers if you need to, but the early waves are a drag for this. A small reward for clearing the wave first or an option for both teams to opt for a wave skip would be awesome. It's also apparent that 80% of everyone you'll meet in this mode is just a beginner who just started playing an hour ago. I think a small rank requirement would be helpful, just like the mega servers do. PvP can be a fun game mode to dive into, but not so much when half the server only has scouts. So a requirement to present that the player has had some experience with PvE, the core concept of the game with a couple towers under the belt, will go a long way in terms of the PvP experience. I would also like to see more depth added to the PvP game mode rather than surviving the waves like a regular map would do, with just the ability to buy zombies. Maybe a time trial to see who triumphs first. I'd also suggest adding a party system to the game, where up to 4 people could be in the same party and enter the lift all at the same time, so random people don't disturb your fun. Maybe instead of 2 elevators in the versus mode, there should be 1 giant elevator that will hold all the players that want to play. Teams are randomly assigned once everyone's in, between the difficulty selections and the first wave. The problem with the current elevator system is a solo, duo, or trio of friends struggle to find any matches, let alone a fair one. The solo experience is worse, and only gets worse as your rank is higher. Nobody wants to face you or team up against you to prove their odds. You'll quickly find your side fills up first before anyone else even steps foot in the opposing team's elevator. I believe with this change, you can't guarantee who you'll be teamed with straight away, but you'll be more inclined to just play. If the party system was implemented in addition to the versus mode change, everyone in the party that joins the PvP elevator will automatically be placed in the same team. Non-party players will then be assigned to their places. Lastly, VIP servers should allow the VIP owner to select any map they want in the lobby so they don't have to wait 5 minutes for the game to finally cycle to it. Maybe the VIP owner can also add operators to the server, which grant them the same powers to cycle through any map they want. These are just my thoughts and opinions, and maybe will negate the purpose of VIP servers. Maybe they're not possible in general to implement to the game. Maybe I'm too ambitious. If you guys like this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more content like this in the future. To end this video, here's a compilation of low ranks being low ranks. With that said, I'll see you in the next video.